Hello everyone and welcome to Plume, Lumière. I hope you're doing very good today. So the reading right now is going to be for the month of February, and that concerns the sign or the sign of the ascendant to Gemini. Okay, so Gemini, this is for you. You have a great reading. It's amazing. I just can't relate to this, and it looks like it's very specific anyway. So I'm going to go through it. I'm going to just show you some pictures here and there so you can follow what I'm saying and see what I'm seeing. And also, let's just start like this, all right? So the first thing is I have the card number 29, the World. And this is from the energy, the Tarot of Energy, okay? If you look at it closely, I'm going to show you, okay? You see a man looking over a bay, and there's the planet Earth is just right there, turning, spinning. So the big picture here, it is saying that you are welcoming the world of technology. The world is your playground. You have to open and broaden your vision. You have to look at the big picture. You have to think big. Right now, if you are looking for any kind of resources, everything is there. We either on the internet or social marketing. Just go for it and just, the world is your own playground. Don't stuck yourself into old and narrow your vision, nothing at all. Don't do that at all. You have to really broaden, because if things are not happening exactly the way that you're seeing or you've been seeing, in the last 4 or 5 months, it was narrow back then, and right now you're opening up into something very much wider, and you have to think outside of the box. You have to see those little things you didn't see before, and really see all the possibility that it's giving you. So right now, the World, number 29 of those energy cards is just wonderful for you to get. All right. So I've passed to the next one. I'm going to show you the big picture on the screen. It's the Two of Parchment, and it says it's two world. This is very much more spiritual, because, okay, I'm going to explain the card. The card says that you are stuck into two worlds. Into previous life, you might have lived a life of a lot of resources, money was there, wealth, everything, and you might have had other lives where everything was so much rich spiritually, like your mind was expanding into like something so honorable and everything. So in those lives before, you never were able to bring them to alignment. And right now it's saying you have the abilities to find out that you don't have to give up totally a spiritual self, and you don't have to give up completely all your material realization. You can bring them all together. Actually, you have the possibility to do that, and you have to make sure it's not because you are embracing something more material that you're losing your spiritual self. It's the opposite. You have to make sure, because everybody, it's not because somebody is rich is not spiritual. It's not because somebody is spiritual cannot be rich. It's just like you are the living proof that something like this can be yours. Okay, so this is the message that those cards were having for you. Now I'm gonna go into the whole big picture. I want you to see. So I'm going to go for first with those cards that you have in the middle of the spreading right now, where it tells me how you feel. Gemini, this month of February, just like you are removing your blindfolds, you are going to see reality exactly the way it is. And it's just like you're not scared anymore. Okay, you're going to gain confidence. You're not going to be scared anymore. Those swords all around you with the Eight of Swords, all those swords around you are not touching you and not hurting you. It's just made you aware of what's around, of course, because you're not all the way without any ideas, and you are able to see for yourself of course, sometimes you are easy to minimize what's around, but this time it seems like you're going to see everything very clearly. You also have the card of the judgment. The judgment. Look at those little, okay, you see some tombstone here, but look at here. You see that a little person is trying to fly and is getting out, expanding, healing, okay, doing better. So here it seems like you are right into this, like with the Eight of Swords, it seems like all those fear that you have, all of a sudden you just like master everything and be able to expand and see your possibilities. The card that crosses you, it could be something related to a contract, or you're building something, you are creating something. This card is going to either push you through it, or it's going to stop you, because this is solid, okay? This is a solid card. This is something that's very definite. It's just like, it's a will. You have to, with your will, you're going to have to break through. And then you're going to start to edify something very much more mature, more material, something that's going to come to a realization, all right? So the thing is that you know very well at the base of all this, you know very well that it's a choice you're going to have to make. You're going to have to find the courage to make the choice for yourself and to let go of things behind, because you have a vision of what you want for yourself. The beauty of this card, there's a sadness in this card in a way, but it's also the card that talks about you realize what is good for you and come to the point where you're saying, okay, it doesn't work for me anymore. This old way of thinking is not working for me anymore, and I want something else for myself. So when you come to realize it, then it becomes a little easier to take the courage to do it. So at the base, you know very well this is where you are right now. And recently, it looks like there was something for you to celebrate. There was something that happily, after you realize all that, after you make your choice, you come to a point that says, okay, I did work good to realize something, and I did work good to celebrate something that is right behind you. It could be, if I look at a student part, I'm going to say, okay, maybe you graduate, maybe you receive your diploma, maybe it just like give you an open sky. You're just out there in the open, and it was like very, let's say, fulfilling, okay? The word fulfilling. It's just like, it was fulfilling, you realize something, and you've been going all the way. So you have to be proud of it, okay? Right now, you know very well that you're on your own. You are on your own. The Ten of Swords is an excellent key, especially for people that have been trying to do things and try to be in concordance with everyone's expectation. Now you know that whatever it is that is important to you, you have to make your own decision. You have to be strong. You have to be strong yourself, and you know that. And being strong means you're going to have to cut, I'm not going to say you're going to cut some throat, no, but you're going to cut some relationship. It's going to give to a point where you're going to have to, there's no decision of moving out for your future than cutting something from your past also that disappear, all right? And this is something that has to disappear, and you are making that decision. Of course, there's a little sadness into that, but if you see what is coming right here, you're going to say, okay, Plume, way to go, okay? Sometimes it's very, very good to do so. So it's not a treason, it's just because you made the decision, and it's good, all right? So let's move now to the direction that you're taking. Again, I'm going to show you a picture. I'm going to name the cards. And with this first aspect that you're completing, then this is the path in which you're going to walk. Okay? If you don't change anything here, this is the path for you. if you change something here, of course, there might be some changes. But I imagine that here there's something very good for you coming. So let's just be not skeptical, but let's just be welcoming these things. Right now, at the base where you're going to find yourself is the Six of Cups, and then the Five of Wands, and then the King of Pentacles, and ultimately the Magician. All right? So, the Six of Cups actually is telling you that you have a very deep attachment to your family. Your resources are very covered in the loving aspect. You know, like it's just like you have something great to put your roots into. It's in the past. It's family-wise. It's love life. It's just like something very. You felt a lot of love in your family environment, and you have great memories of your past, of your infancy, and you know all those years behind you. So you stand your ground there, okay? These are your roots, and they're nice and they are solid, okay? So this is where you find yourself right now. The way people are looking at you right now, they see a person that's finally is willing to move forward and go for what she wants or what he wants or she wants, whatever, okay? You go for what you want, and you're going to be dedicated to those things that you want to realize because you have the energy, you have the capacity, the capabilities, you can do all of it, and you're willing to move on, to do it, okay? So people are saying, okay, you're a very capable person, and you don't want to take no for an answer right now, so you are more dedicated to those things that you wanted for yourself, and then you're going to go for it. Where you're going to find yourself, I mean, not find yourself, but I mean, this is the biggest hope, biggest fear. You fear that it's going to take a long time. You fear that you're going to lose courage. You fear that you're not going to be dedicated and hold on. I know it's very difficult. For Gemini, you're very good at pushing through, but then after to sustain your effort, sometimes it's something that you have a little hard time to do. But please, this time, be stubborn. This time, go forward, move it. You know, move for what you want, and don't give up. Okay, you're going in the right direction. Of course, the first bang has to be bang, and then bang, 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 bang. You know, you just don't let it go too easily. Sustain your efforts, okay? It's going to be good. So you don't have to be scared of not having the courage, not having the energy. You're going to get it. The thing is that you have to be motivated. You have to be motivated to keep doing it. Then you're going to find yourself within this Magician. This one is mastering. This one is creative. This guy here is just like, he realized he has every tool in his hands. You see on his table he has the cup, the swords, the wands, and he even have the cup. It's right there. So it could be the cup, the wand, the pentacles. It has all the possibilities. Everything is in his hands. And he's mastering. He is thinking of himself. He prioritizes what his intentions are, and he's going for it. So it's mainly a very big card for realization. So you're going to have to let go of something, let go of some people to get to this one. All right? I have some more cards here on the side. I'm talking again for, those cards, just like the soundtrack of a movie, just like those things that are moving behind you just because it's part of your life. And for some people, it's going to be something you're going to pay attention to. To some of you, maybe you won't. But it seems like some of you have been contemplating something very far away and are getting some people are trying to discourage you, and you are too bound to those people that are having a negative thinking of the situation. But you're going to have to make sure that you trust yourself. Seek somebody if you need to. Seek someone that's going to give you the right answer, your right option to tell you exactly what's going on, to tell you exactly what are your options, and then you have to decide. But there's a big possibility that for someone out there, the world's going to be just like crumbling. It's going to be like seen or perceived as a disaster. But it's just because some people sometimes are looking at things in a very egotistical way. So don't get hooked up to those too much and just move forward. This is nothing that's going to stop you right here. These are not going to be things to stop you. Of course, if it concerns a child or something, like be conscious of the needs of the person, but you don't live the life for other people all the time either. You know, you have to prioritize what you need for yourself. And right now it seems like there are some people behind you that are not all the way into, are not too fond of the things that you want to do, and they try to attach and tie you up. So make sure you make your choice, even if it has to break something, because you need that freedom. You need that, you need to catch your energy on those things that you've been saying. You know, in a boring world where you're looking and contemplating something that always seems to be so far away, this is what is in the behind for you. So let's not give it too much of don't hold yourself too much on this, and keep going, okay? So this was what I had for you for this month of February, although I have 2 more cards to show you. And here it is. This is what I'm calling my candy cards, okay? Here you have the picture of a child, and you have creativity. It might indicate for me that for some of you probably are into maybe the world of teaching, maybe into the world of taking care of children, and it seems like you're going to have this brilliant coming out. It's going to be just brilliant. Those kids are going to be very attracted to you, very much into liking what you are presenting, liking what you do. So if you are into the teaching world, or if you are promising yourself to go into that kind of field, or if you are actually from far or close touching those children, it could be a very creative part that you're going to touch this month of February. So you take all care of yourself. Well, I hope you enjoy the reading. I hope you enjoy it, and tell me tell me some comments about this reading. So I will get back to you in the month of March. But for this month of February, I wish you all big success and be happy. Please be happy. This is going to be a big month for you, but it's a wonderful month for you. So take care, everyone.